and you want to know what those odds currently are? It's minus 127. All right. That's better odds than JP getting with your mama. And trust me, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, hide your mama, hide your wives.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy JP, the one who caught on fire and was never put out. JP, how you doing, brother?
Great, man. I can't tell if that's just because I smashed the picks or because I'm a ginger, but either way, let's do it, baby.
Think it's a little bit of both, brother. This weekend we do have another UFC fight night. JP, we were wrong about the redoing of the Apex because we're back in the Apex. We're back in the small cage. JP's favorite. He loves small things. I talk about it all the time. Not
Uh,
the greatest card, but there may be some surprising fights. Not the greatest card as far as the names go. I do think there could be some fireworks on Saturday. JP, I'll let you start us off, man. Tell me what your thoughts are on the first fight.
I swear to God, the remodeling of the Apex is a thing, right? Like we're not just pulling that out of our
I don't know.
ass, bro.
I don't know. I'd have to look into it.
um,
I don't care all that much.
I swear to God, dude, Dana. I don't know. Yeah, small cage. UFC Vegas 100th fight in the Apex. Kind of crazy to think about, no?
Yeah, because it honestly seems like they started fighting in the Apex not that long ago. So we've been cranking those things out,
Yeah,
which I mean has been the case. It seems like every other weekend we're there now.
yeah, and because it was a COVID thing, right? Like that's what started it.
Yeah.
COVID. That's crazy to think
But
back on now.
it's good. They utilize it nicely because they do have a lot of fighters on the roster, and it's like we can't fit all these guys on pay-per-views, right? That's gonna make for some boring fights, some like, why is this guy in the UFC? And they use the Apex Center to kind of filter out all of these fighters. I think they've utilized it pretty good.
Yeah, man. This one, we'll see. This one's got potential. The main event, there's a certain guy in the main event that we're real high on here, so we're excited for that. But yeah, the first fight of the night, Trayshawn Gore and Mackenzie Dern's boyfriend, Broccoli. Who are you taking?
Broccoli. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad when JP has to introduce him as Mackenzie Dern's boyfriend because really that's all he should be known for. He hasn't done a whole lot inside the UFC that's been impressive to me. At least he stepped in there and fought our boy Shara. He did decent in the first round, and then gassed out after that. I know he came in on like 4 days notice or whatever it was, but either way, I've never really been impressed by the dude, so I don't expect anything different on Saturday. For me, I like Trayshawn Gore. I know he hasn't fought since 2022. I get that. A lot of canceled fights. JP's not high on guys that have a lot of canceled fights. But Trockley's kind of the same story. His first action back was Shara in a loss. Didn't look too great. At least Trayshawn Gore's coming off a really nice win over Josh Fremd. Guillotine choke. I mean, that's impressive to me. Josh Fremd's no joke. I'm gonna have to take Trayshawn Gore.
Yeah, the fact that Trockley's 6'5", I feel like he doesn't use his height and his reach well enough. I don't know. I used to say they don't use it at all or they suck at using it, but I just don't think he's implemented a kind of kicking game to keep his reach and his length at an advantage. But him fighting Shara, I mean, yeah, 4 days notice, so he probably got tired, but he was struggling grappling with Shara. And I mean, I think you agree with me. Shara's not a guy when it comes to grappling. You know, couldn't really get Shara down. Granted, Shara's 6'2", so it wasn't like horrendous, but also, I mean, Broccoli's just fucking sitting there on the stem, not moving his head, dude. He's just sitting there. Every time he throws, he drops his hands. His head stays on center line, so I don't like it. Granted, Trayshawn, I mean, 5 inches of reach and height. In this one, he's going to have to battle, but I like his power on the inside. I think he's going to be fine with the grappling. He fought Josh Frem, like you're saying. Josh Frem's 6'4". Granted, Josh Frem sucks in my book. I think Josh Frem's ass, but Trayshawn Gore did fine with the length and the height advantage or disadvantage in that fight. So I think we run into a similar situation. I think if Trockley's going to try and take him down and wrestle him, I just think Gore will be stronger and better. And yeah, man. I'm also going to back you go Trayshawn Gore.
Yeah, to me personally, I think Trishan Gore has the wrestling grappling advantage in this one, and we saw what he did against Josh Fremd. Trockley's no different. He's got a big old neck sticking out there. If he shoots down and he's not careful, Gore's going to wrap that thing up, choke him with the guillotine just like he did Fremd. I think we're getting a great line on Trishan Gore.
Yeah, what is it right now? Minus
I believe it's
185?
like minus, yeah,
That's not a bad line, actually. Damn. I didn't throw
yeah,
him in the juicer or anything. I know it's a
that
spoiler.
probably will be that'll be my first hammer of this card. I definitely think we're gonna start off on really good odds with a guy that is high level going up against a guy that's not, and you're getting these odds because he hasn't fought in 2 years. But we'll take it. All right, spend enough time going over that. Let's move up this card. Cortavius Ramios versus Gaston Bolanos.
Yeah, first thing, Bolanos is 7-4. Hate that. Don't like that whatsoever. Um, Cortavius is that typical short, stocky, explosive. Everything he throws is hard. He's quick. He'll wrestle. He wants to wrestle. I mean, if you watch his contender series fight that he had, dude was raining elbows. I'm talking hard elbows too. Not like this dog shit ground and pound. This man was putting some oomph behind him. He'll be a little bit shorter than Bolanos, but I don't like Bolanos. I don't like his stand up. I don't like his head movement. I mean, dude can't keep away from the sub. He's 0-2 in his career with subs. Um, Marcus McGee is his most recent fight, which Marcus McGee's been on a tear lately. He's been dropping people, knocking people out. I still think Ramios is better on the feet, anyways. And then if he wants a pressure grapple, we're in the small cage. That will take effect at some point in one of these fights. I'm gonna go Ramios.
Let's take a second and admire Ramios's nickname. His nickname is "Are You Not Entertained?"
Is it
That's
really?
got to get you excited if you are on the Ramios side. I agree with JP. He's going to be able to get the takedowns. He throws viciously, whereas his opponent doesn't. Like he's got decent striking, but he hasn't really put that all together. Bolanos is probably going to have his head there on the center line, and I would look for Ramios to even catch him standing up and then take him down, finish him with ground and pound. That's how I see it going down. I think we're getting another good one there with Cortavius Ramios in the second fight of the night.
Absolutely. This next one, real high level here. This one's gonna be a barn burner for sure. Melissa Mullins and Claudia Saigula. Is that how you say her last name?
Yeah, I mean it looks pretty damn close, JP. I think you might be from Poland. Maybe not, but that's where Saigola's from. Honestly, I don't know a ton about Saigola. I don't think she's done anything impressive, obviously, outside of the UFC to this point, because this is her UFC debut. I mean, you look at some of these results on Tapology. She won a fight by corner stoppage under custom rules. Now, I haven't done enough research to understand exactly what was going on there, but historically, those underground promotions really aren't going to spit out these top level fighters. She is going up against a girl that's been in the UFC, that has wins in the UFC, that has power in her hands and can go to decision and win those as well. I personally like Melissa Mullins in this one going up against the newcomer, Saigola.
This one is tough for me. Okay, because I do this research and watch Both of them fight, and they're both kind of the same thing. Just dog shit, terrible stand up. Okay, they'll put together combinations, but their chins up in the air. They're picking their leg up, and then because as they enter, one girl picks her leg up and then kind of drops her hands and then starts throwing hooks, and then they'll dip, but their chins up in the air, their hands are down. I don't like it whatsoever. Um, Melissa Mullins, I think she was fighting Nora Cornhole. Who cares? They were playing cornhole in the back, and then she hit her to the body. Stopped her there. This Saigula girl's not bad in the clinch. She's got good knees in the clinch, and she's got a decent clinch game. My only thing is sometimes she tries to initiate it from a little bit too far away, and it gets her caught. Um, they both want to go to the ground. Mullins wants to grapple, pressure you, put you on your back, beat you up, go to decision. I don't like the lines. Mullins is a minus 245, damn near 3-1 favorite. Don't like that. I think it might be closer than people think. But for pick's sake, I'm just going to back you. I'm going to go Mullins. I can't pick this other girl, but I think it will be closer than people think it is.
Yeah, I think you have to, dude. Like, this Saigola girl, she's 25 years old, stepping into the UFC for the first time. I do think that's going to come into play. I don't care if the Apex is small and there's not a big crowd there. The UFC nerves and jitters are a real thing. And we'll talk about that with one of these fighters later on in the card. But I definitely think the experience, the age, Melissa Mullins being there, having done this before is really going to come into play in this one. I think she finds a way to win. It may not be pretty, but I definitely think she gets it done. All right, that does move us up to Cody Stamann versus Damon Blackshear. We got the Spartan versus the Monstar.
Oh, Damon. That was on the show, right? Last time, Damon and Montel.
Oh yes, you know it was.
Yeah, I
Oh
believe we
yes,
picked Damon in that one.
we certainly did.
Uh, how do you get dropped? Not even dropped, just out cold, one punch in the fight. It was like 15 seconds. So everybody jumped off the hype train. Damon's ass, Damon's ass. I don't think he's ass. Okay, but I will agree with you. That is a dog shit performance. But I mean, the people that this man has lost to, Damon had a draw with Yusuf Zalal before Yusuf Zalal left the UFC. Yusuf fought Ilya, lost, then fought Damon Blackshear, had a draw, they cut him. And now Yusuf's back on a tear. Take that with what you will. Then he took Farid Basharat long. You know the Basharat brothers. We've talked quite a bit about the Basharat brothers. I don't know if you don't get finished by the Basharat brothers, take them long. Still impressive. It's a good loss to have. Um, Beats two no names. Dog shit. Jose Johnson. I mean, Luan Lacerda. Oh, it's Lacerda. I'm used to Daniel Lacerda, not this fucking Luan guy, but two no name guys. Gets two back to back wins. Then fights Mario Batista. Everybody, oh, I hate him because the Aldo fight. It is what it is. He's still not a scrub. He's a decent out, you know. And then gets dropped by Montel. So it's not like he's fighting bums. Okay, Cody Stamann. I mean, he's gonna be the shorter guy. What has Cody got? He's got power in his hands, and he's got good wrestling to keep him up. Because if you have dog shit takedowns, you will not take down Cody Stamann. Other than that, I don't know. Stamann's not impressive to me. I mean, his wins, they both beat that Luan Lacerda. He beat Eddie Wineland. Granted, he's fighting good people as well. Just got out of the cage with Taylor Lapulus. I just don't know, man. I can't see Cody going long and outpointing Damon. And as long as we don't get one shot KO'd, which I don't see Cody Stamann having the ability, the power to do that. I think Damon wins on the scorecards. Be careful if he takes his back. Damon does got nasty jiu-jitsu and transitions on the ground, but I'm going Blackshear.
Yeah. This one's gonna come down to, like I've said before, who can implement their game plan the best. Both guys, very similar stylistically. I wouldn't read too much into the recent loss from Damon Blackshear. He just got caught, and Montel Jackson has a piston for a left hand. I'm not too worried about it. And I'm also very high on Blackshear's jiu-jitsu. He has a twister victory. That's super impressive if you can get that done inside the UFC, and he
Facts.
did. And that might be there as far as the submission goes for him on Saturday. I think there's just more ways to win for Blackshear. Look for him to bounce back after the KO loss. Hopefully, it's not another Marc-Andre Barril situation where he's still chinny after that knockout loss early on. But I think he's fine. This is at a lower weight class, and normally that's really not the case. It's these heavier guys that keep getting caught. I think Damon Blackshear is going to be fine. I'm also rocking with the monster.
Yeah, it'll be a close one, but I agree with you. I mean, you get a win by Twister in the UFC. That's pretty damn impressive. Next one, moving up, Charles Radke, Matthew Semmelsberger.
Yeah, man, this one's going to be an interesting matchup. Neither one of these guys very impressive to me. We're looking at Matthew Semmelsberger, who's going to be the much bigger guy in this matchup. Radke, in my opinion, probably has more power. He does have 4 wins by KO. He's 2-1 inside the UFC, which is not too bad. And then his loss inside the UFC comes to a guy that's fighting in the main event on this card, and Carlos Prates. That's probably going to be considered a good loss to have when we look at this down the road. Semmelsberger, on the other hand, he's 5-5 in the UFC. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, which is just not good. It's not good. Sometimes though, he goes out and he does decent. He has some decent wins. I like I like his height in this one. I like his reach in this one. Um, but I don't necessarily know if I can trust him as a fighter. So for that, I'm gonna have to go Charles Radke. I think he can get it done over Sellisberger. I think there's just more ways to win.
Yeah, Matthews. I mean, Matthews got okay stand up. He'll kick. He's got decent kicks. He'll put stuff together, but he gets clipped a lot. He's there to be hit, and he has a lot more of a war type of fight style than Radke does. Um, but Radke, I mean, Radke's got grappling. He's got jujitsu. His wrestling's not like world class, but his jujitsu is, and he's constantly looking to transition. He's looking for chokes, looking to finish the fight. Semmelsberger, he either knocks you out or you go long, and he wins on the scorecards. I can't see that. If he does win, it's going to be a real. You're going to have to sweat it out and get a robbery / 29-28 split decision. I think Radke has more ways to win, like you said. So I think Radke's actually going to win it by submission.
Yeah, I like that call. I mean, he does grappling when he has time off from the UFC in between fights. I do think it's there. He was supposed to grapple Joe Pyfer not that long ago. That bout got canceled. I would have liked to seen the results of that, but I think either way, the thing to take away is the grappling advantage definitely will be on Radke's side. I would also look for him to get the sub.
100%. What is that? Speaking of that, you can move to the next fight if you want. I'm going to look and see. Oh, damn. They don't have it on DraftKings right now. Blows.
Prop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably be out here in a few days. All right, we've got our next fight. Mansour Abdul Malik going up against Dusko Todorovac. Baldy.
Dusko, Duty, Toto. Who cares?
Judy Toto.
Duty, Toto. Yeah, Mansur Abdul Malik, freak of nature, jacked, powerful, good wrestling, good grappling. What else do you want? He's got decent striking if he connects. Night. We just can't have him gas out. That's the biggest thing. Can't have him gas out. Uh, Dookie Turd. Who cares? God, I can't fucking say this guy's name. He's 3-4.
Vic.
I think it's Tudorovic or some shit. Turd. Who cares?
Ah,
Um, Yeah, 3 and 4. He blew out his knee fighting Christian Leroy Duncan. But the big thing for me was the Chidi and Jokawanu fight. I went back and watched that fight. He tried to grapple Chidi. I don't like his stand up. He's one of those guys when you pressure him and you're in close, he puts his front hand real high and then just covers up with his backhand. You do that with Abdul, you're eating a hook to the body, hook upstairs, level change, grab you, take you down, and he'll go straight back too. So I feel like that just helps Abdul basically just double and blast it. But then on the break, gets elbowed, gets clipped. His stand up's not good. I mean, his ground game, I just think Abdul is better. I think he's gonna dominate, dog walk him per se. I'm going Malik, man. I think he dominates.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Are we not gonna talk about Dusko's win over Michel Pereira? His knockout win? That's impressive, right?
I
Well, it came back.
didn't even
It
see.
came back in 2000. He beat Pereira. He knocked him out. They were in a different promotion. It was back in 2018. That was impressive, and
Oh
that was the
shit, he
last
did.
impressive thing that he did. I mean, the loss to Chidi, not good. The loss to Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop. Now these are good guys. They're powerful guys, but Mansoor is a very similar opponent, and that's where it kind of gets you. They're stacking them up against these guys that can wrestle you, they can grapple you, and they still got good hands. That's what Mansoor is. I think he gets it done probably fairly easily. I don't like what's his name, Dusko's stand up at all. His head's there for the taking. I mean, it's on a silver platter, and he gets popped whenever he does fight. So expect more of the same.
Yeah, all 3 wins he has in the UFC. None of those guys are in the promotion anymore. So, I mean, what does that tell
No.
you?
All right.
Oof.
You got it?
Yeah, I got this one.
You can take it.
This one was originally supposed to have a. This one was originally I thought was a better fight than what it is now. Nicholas Dalby was supposed to fight Zaleski. Dalby pulled out. They had history with our boy Renat the Rat. We were gonna break it
Yeah.
down, but Dalby pulled out today actually, right before we started filming this. So Elijah Zaleski is now taking on Zach Scrotum. What the hell?
Yeah, man, making his UFC debut on short notice, Zach Scroggin. Um, man, I had a breakdown ready for Dalby and Zaleski. I really did. But this kind of throws a wrinkle in it. I think the biggest thing here is there is a big size discrepancy as far as height goes. However, the reach is going to be pretty close. Zaleski's been in some wars. He throws hard. He can knock people out. He has a big knockout win over Benoit Saint Denis. That's really impressive. He is getting up there in age. He could potentially gas out depending on how this fight goes, but everything I've seen from Scroggin, like he'll look to grapple. He's got okay power, but for this being his UFC debut up against a warrior, in my opinion, that went to majority draw against my boy, the Rat, Rinat Fakhretdinov, that put away Benoit Saint Denis, that's been in there with some absolute killers and been in some wars, and who actually is 10-4 inside the UFC, coming off a Randy Brown loss, which, in my opinion, is a good loss. I love Randy Brown's skill set. I'm gonna have to go with Elizu Zaleski. I just think he's been there, done that. He has the experience to get it done, and he's going to find a way to survive. Probably push Scroggin late into the fight, where the short notice is really going to start taking a toll. Look for Scroggin to look good in round one and be like, "Oh no, did I pick wrong?" And then all of a sudden, round two and three come along, and Zaleski takes over.
I just I think it's funny how we just back how Renat the Rat is our boy, dude.
He's our boy. I'd like to go out for some drinks with Rinat Fakhretdinov.
Ask him how's it feel to fucking rob 3 people in a row in the UFC.
He's like the
Uh,
biggest thief on this side of the Mississippi, dude.
he's the only. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I ain't gonna get into the religion and shit. We're gonna get fucking screamed at for that. Anyways, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think you hit the rat with the cheese. I don't know. I'm being stupid now. Zaleski, you got to put him out. You legitimately have to put him out, choke him out, make him unconscious, or else he's still gonna be there. It's like you said, he's got experience. He's been there. Scroggin, I'll tell you where they got him, Brevin. The recycle plant, because man's a can crusher. Okay, look at his fucking resume. Dude's crushing cans 8 to 5. Who fucking cares? You're in the UFC now, pal. You walk forward and step up, bring your leg, and then teep, and then just sit there and drop your hands and try and clip the guy and then try and take him down. Works against buns, against scrubs. Don't work here. And Zaleski's not a slouch on the ground. He's got good jiu-jitsu, good transitions. I'm going to back you. Give me Zaleski as well.
You almost have to. All right. Next fight, Luana Pinheiro going up against Gillian Robertson, the pink hair goddess. Not really a goddess, but
Hey,
she's got pink
yo.
hair. She's the, I don't want to call her a goddess. She's not. Trust me. She's the female Sean O'Malley. How about that?
Huh?
Just the pink hair. All
Oh,
right. Give me a
okay.
break. Break it down.
Okay. Yeah, the Savage. We broke her down. I believe it was like one of the first couple cards that we ever did, something like that. Um,
Yeah.
she's on a stride right now. She looks good. She's got the grappling down. She's got her game plan down. Her striking's not her strong suit, but I think she has now implemented it in a way to get to the grappling and then engage her strong suit, which I think is basically what separates you from being elite and not being elite. Because you suck at striking, but what can we do to make it seem like I don't suck as bad at striking? Because it helps me implement my game plan, feign a couple stuff, level change with it. Luana Pinheiro, she'll throw hard. Okay, she'll hit you hard. In the first round, she'll come out kind of like a bat out of hell. Um, she'll load up. She's quick. So if we're Robertson, we got to survive the first round, survive a flurry maybe, put her on her back and get her tired. But other than that, Pinheiro's been known to gas out. She got submitted by Angela Hill, and her best win is a split decision win over Waterson Gomez, who's retired now. If you're getting submitted by Angela Hill, if Jillian takes you down, I don't know what you're going to do then. I think you're screwed. Give me Jillian Robertson.
Yeah. I think you kind of said everything that I was going to say on this one. Jillian Robertson's going to look to grapple. She's the much better grappler. Once she has you down, good luck. Good luck. She has great ground and pound. She has good submissions. And and I know JP alluded to it, has been on an absolute tear, guys. Like, I cannot stress this enough. She is not the same. She is not the same Jillian Robertson that we've seen in the past where she did pick up some of these losses on her record. If she was fighting like she's fighting now, this girl would be undefeated, fighting for the belt, maybe already champion. Like she has been fighting out of her mind. And it's been not only really good and well rounded, it's been completely dominant. And that's the thing that's impressed me the most. I think she's turned a new leaf. I think she's really aiming for the belt, setting her sights high. And she's just looked great. She's looked great. So I'm also picking Jillian Robertson to get it done on Saturday.
Yeah, something's clearly clicked with her, and
Yeah.
you can clearly tell in all of her fights, man. This next one, I'm very excited to hear what you have to say. GM3, Gerald Mearshart versus Rainer the Reindeer de Ritter.
Yeah, this one's going to be fun to watch. Honestly, I'm excited for it. Gerald coming off of a good win for him um, over Edmund Shabazian. I know JP and I both thought Shabazian was going to piece him up, which he
He
did.
did.
Shabazian did piece him up. Mearshart just survived and then was able to get to the ground and get an arm triangle. And, that's what he's going to look for. The dude has 29 total wins by submission. That's what he wants to do. He doesn't knock people out these days. He doesn't do anything else besides submit people. Um, yeah, he was on a terrible losing streak until he submitted his last two opponents. That's what he's going to look to do. Unfortunate for him, his opponent does the same thing. They actually are very, very similar. Um, Rainier coming over from one fighting championship. He has 12 submission wins on his record. He is coming off of a little bit of a losing streak, but if you really take a good look at it, it was the same guy that he lost to in the one promotion who retired undefeated. Like, this guy should be in the UFC. I mean, he looked really good. And then he lost a grappling match. I don't care. Alright, everyone's losing grappling matches these days just to tune up for their MMA careers. That's what happens. And in this one, he's obviously going to have the advantage on the feet. He's going to look to wrestle Mearshart. And for once in my life, I'm not afraid of this guy going into the guard of Mearshart, going down to the ground with Mearshart. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to survive. And I think he just has such a great advantage on the feet. And then with the wrestling, that he could pick and choose when he goes down to the ground and gets back up, and he's going to completely dominate Gerald Mearshart in this one. So give me Rainier, the Ritter to get it done. I actually like this guy a lot.
Yeah, well said. And the guy he lost the grappling to is an absolute fucking stud. Okay, that's all this dude does. He's 21 right now. Dude's a stud at grappling. All right, so it's not a bad loss to have. Um, yeah, I mean Brevin kind of said it all. They're both dog shit at stand up. Both of their stand ups not good because they're just submission specialists. But Rainer's gonna be bigger, and I think his stand up is. I just like it a little bit better than Jam 3's because Jam 3 sucks. Both of their head doesn't move, but Rainier will at least throw kicks. He's bigger. He likes to step in with that knee and then engage into the clinch and then take you down from there. I mean,
Yeah.
he's never been submitted. Gerald has. Granted, Gerald has like twice the amount of submission wins, but I like Rainier's stand up a little bit better. When it comes down to it, both guys are submission aces. I'll take the guy with a little bit better stand up. I'm also going DeRitter with you.
Yeah, not to mention this dude's 6'4". He's going to have a big size advantage against Gerald. I think that comes into play, especially with like the jabs, the striking. If both of them survive on the ground, great. How are the judges going to score on what they did on the feet, right? And I think Ritter's got a big advantage there.
100%.
All right. Let's move up the card to Ricky Turkios going up against Bernardo Sopai.
Yeah, Sopaj. Um, if you guys look up Sopaj's UFC career, you'll see the fight with Vinicius Oliveira. And if you guys know anything about Vinicius, all right, we broke down a Vinicius fight against Ricky Simone. We got it correct. Um, but you'll notice he got knocked out pretty wildly. Flying knee right at the end of the fight, like what, 20 seconds left, something like that. Other than that, kid looked good. He didn't look bad. Vinicius Oliveira is a phenomenal striker, stand up guy. Sopaj looked good. Sopaj got good takedown defense. He's young. He is an up and comer. Just because he got flying knee knockout, like it is what it is. He got clipped right before that. Pretty good. Do I think Tercios can stand and bang with him as good as Oliveira did? No, not one bit. I don't like Tercios. He's older. He's okay. I mean, everybody thinks he's better than he actually is, I think, because he took Raul Rosas Jr.'s back. But what did he do with it? Nothing. He proceeded to get choked out and then not even shake the guy's hand. Flipped the kid off and everything before the fight started and then kicked him and didn't touch gloves. And I don't like Tercios personally. And his coach is Alex Morano. I'm good. Give me Bernardo Sopaj.
Yeah, when I was looking at this, obviously I went back, rewatched the Vinicius fight with Sopaj. The one thing to note is Sopaj completely gassed in the third round. I thought that was going to be a big deal, but doing a little bit more research, he stepped in to fight Oliveira on 4 days' notice, and obviously the gas tank's not going to be there. He does have a full fight camp for this one. Um, I will back you. I think Bernardo Sopaj does get his first UFC win. I don't love the line whatsoever, though. I will say that. And Ricky Tercios is not one to mess around with, especially having the experience that he does. He's very well rounded. He can grapple. I mean, he took Rosas's back, and I know you didn't put much emphasis in that, but personally, I do. I Not a lot of people take Raul Rosas's back, put him in a dangerous position. He almost had his forearm underneath that concave chin of Rosas's. So hey, I mean, it very easily could have gone the way of Ricky's, but I think this is just going to be a test for Bernardo. Where are you truly at? You're 24 years old. What can you do with a full fight camp? I think he has to be my pick. I think he bounces back, but there's going to be some money on Tertios by decision, probably a little sprinkle on Tertios by sub as well. I don't think he knocks him out, but he is going to be the much rangier, longer fighter in this one. Pretty good reach advantage. So maybe there's a jab that's finding its home. Sopach throws big strikes. He can knock people out, but he's going to have to really put things together.
Under that concave chin. No fucking shit,
True.
I can't get under the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Next one, moving up, an old familiar face, Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Denise Gomes.
Yeah. JP really emphasized the old and familiar. I mean, Carolina's 39 years old. Don't like it at all. We say fade the 40s here on this show, and honestly, that's probably what I'm going to do again. Denise Gomes, she's up and coming. She's 24 years old, and she throws hard. She can knock girls out. Look for her to throw a looping left, a looping right that finds its home on Carolina on Saturday. I think that's how this fight goes. Carolina decent. Um, with her submissions if need be, but really, if you look at her most recent fights, that really wasn't there. She's just kind of doing a Dustin Poirier where she's going to stand and trade with you when she doesn't really need to. Like, let's use some of these other aspects of your fight game that you've used in the past and found success with in the past. She doesn't want to. She's getting old. It's tiring to grapple. It really wears on the body. Let's just stand and trade. That's not the answer against Denise Gomes. I can promise you that. So I got Denise Gomes. She's going to be the heavy favorite, but sprinkle a little bit Denise Gomes by KO. I think she can get it done over an old, aging Carolina.
Yeah, dude, I mean, she's 40, fade the 40s, that's all you need to know. But if that's not enough for you, she goes to decision 24/7. That's like her thing. She's a decision fighter. If you're telling me that she's going to go to decision and beat up Gomes, I just don't believe you. Okay, Gomes hits harder. She's got the grappling advantage. She's faster. I mean, Denise Gomes knocked out Yasmin Hadagi in 20 seconds in their fight. I'd take Yasmin Hadagi to beat the shit out of Kowalkiewicz all day fucking long. Yeah, give me Denise Gomes. No question about it. The main event. I'd be shocked if Brevin doesn't pick the same guy as me. I don't think we have much to say on this. Neil Magny, Carlos Prates.
It's the Haitian sensation going up against the nightmare. Neil Magny, you guys know I'm a big Neil Magny fan. Let's forget about his loss to Michael Morales last time out. Let's think about the ground and pound win over Mike Malott, the one that we just saw fight last Saturday. Was that not impressive? Did you not fall in love with Neil Magny? This guy can get it done over anyone, just not Carlos Prates. So I'm taking Carlos Prates on Saturday. The Nightmare's going to get it done. He's a big money line favorite. He's got a left hand from God as well. Let's throw him in the category. I mean, he's a sniper, and I think he's gonna snipe. Things are gonna be shooting on Saturday. That left hand from hell is gonna be firing.
Oh man. Let's not forget the Michael Morales fight. And I'll say the same fucking thing I said then. Neil Magny's the exact definition of a gatekeeper. I don't like him. He's cheeks. He's mid in every way. And I said Michael Morales was going to beat him. And he did. Whipped him. Carlos Prates is going to beat the piss out of Neil Magny. Neil Magny had trouble with the calf kicks against Ian Gary. I think it was Ian Gary. And Carlos Prates, king of calf kicks. Carlos Prates, disgusting at range. I mean, go look up, like we were talking about, who was it earlier on this fight card? Um, Fuck. Radke. I mean, the knee to the body. He's grabbing the lead hand and then right to the body after he plants a right hand on him. I mean, Carlos Prates is disgusting. If you haven't seen him put Leach literally to sleep, he knocked out Leach so bad, which has never been done, by the way. He knocked out Leach so bad, Leach woke up on the ground and said, "Oh, I lost the fight," and went back to sleep. Dude took a nap in the middle of the octagon.
He did.
Okay? DC was literally saying Leach is sleeping.
Yeah, he was.
Prates beat his ass so bad. If that's not enough, me and Brevin say it all the time. This Fighting Nerds team is legit. They're for real. Right now, they have 4 fighters, which I believe are all combined in the UFC 14-0. Something like that. Come on, man. Give me Prates. The line sucks.
The line's terrible.
Terrible line.
I was gonna say, I mean, with this line, I'm gonna be looking for some Magny props just to hedge a little bit, because it's atrocious, and for this to be the main event, it honestly sucks. Originally, Protest was gonna go up against Randy Brown. I would have loved to seen that fight,
100%.
but that got canceled. Now he's going up against Walmart Randy Brown, Neil Magny. So
The great value
not
version.
exactly.
Yeah, Neil Magny is not getting handed a win by Mike Malott this time because he gasses out, okay? Prates is going to beat his ass.
God, he's fought everybody, dude. Magny's fought absolutely everybody in that division.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. Well, that does wrap it up for the card, but that does not wrap up this show. Do not go anywhere. This is my favorite part of what we do every single week, the show parlays. We've been nothing short of phenomenal the past couple weeks for you. The lock came back. The lock hit last weekend. Weekend before that, the juicer hit. The basic hit 3 weeks in a row. Nobody's talking about that. Leave a comment in the comment section if you tailed those, and we're making money. We're paying the bills. The mortgage paid for. You're welcome. I will just say that. JP, let's start it off with the lock doors, lock of the night. I'll let you have first dibs, JP. Who do you got?
First dibs, the lock of the night. We're going back to back again, okay? Enough of the lock losing. We ain't losing this week. Who I'm taking to beat Dudu Turdovic? Give me Mansur Abdul Malik to beat the shit out of Dudu Turdovic, okay? He's going to work in better wrestling, better striking, everything. This dude's a beast. Give me Malik.
Yeah. Love that call. Oh man, I'm a little bit back and forth. Do I take Protest? Do I take someone else? You guys probably didn't guess it. This weekend, my lock is gonna be Jillian Robertson, the female Sean O'Malley. She is gonna get it done. And we love the pink hair. Let's ride off in the Lambo, baby. The lock is gonna hit. I love to see it. Jillian Robertson and Mansoor sounds good to me.
Yeah, if you guys are wondering why Brevin didn't take Prates, no shit, our lock is Prates, okay? He's minus 800. And you guys, people complain enough when we give out fucking a lock that's minus 3 something or whatever. So, obviously we weren't going to take Prates.
Yeah, I mean, we should. We should just double lock up Protest because that guy's definitely getting it done.
Should make it a triple?
So,
Hey. First ever lock door MMA's triple lock parlay.
the triple lock. I love it. All right, moving on to Brevin's basic parlay. We talked about Protest. We talked about Jillian Robertson. Those two will be in it. Give me Carlos Protest. Give me Jillian Robertson, the lock. And then, yeah, I'm basic. I am a basic bitch. All right? Give me JP's lock. Mansoor Abdul Malik. Those 3 are getting it done. I don't care about your fucking odds. I don't. This is the basic. We're hitting them every single week. And you want to know what those odds currently are? It's minus 127. All right? That's better odds than JP getting with your mama. And trust me, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, hide your mama, hide your wives. Joking. Kidding. I'm married. Happily married man. All right?
he'll still take them from you if you ain't careful.
Hey, I'm just saying. We're we're juicing melons everywhere we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Shut up. Sit down. All right. Juicing time. Okay. One leg off. Was it because we were throwing the same people in? Was it not? Who fucking knows? We don't know. But we throw the same people in because these are the fights that we are confident in. So we're going to keep it that way. All right? The juicer to start. Cortavius Ramius. He's going to out-grapple him. He's better. The other guy's cheeks. He's more powerful. Give me him. Next one, my lock. Malik's in all three of them this week. That's right, because he's going to make us money. Because we're confident in him. Throw Malik in there. Sopaj. Bernardo. Throw Sopaj in there. Yes, he got knocked out last time. I still think he's good. He's a young, up-and-coming prospect. Love his striking. Throw Sopaj in there. Brevin's lock. Jillian Robertson. She is a lock for a reason. She's going to ragdoll the other girl. If the other girl's getting choked out by Angela Hill, you will get choked out by Jillian Robertson. Throw her in there. Miles Johns over Cody Garbrandt. People are picking Cody Garbrandt a little bit, so we'll see how much the line changes. Right now, it's minus 175. I think it's a great line. I think Cody either gets starched or I think he gets worked. I don't think Cody has too many good moments in this fight, actually, surprisingly. Last one, Prates. We are giving you the best value in Prates by throwing him in multiple different parlays because minus 800 is so obnoxious to do by himself. Throw Prates in there. That's 6 legs. Right now, I believe it comes out to plus 440 something. Sucks. Not plus 700 like normal, but once we start getting to 7, 8 legs, these are the people we're confident in. 6 leggers. The juicer hit 2 weeks ago. Last week it was off by 1. The week before that. Hey, come on, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. I'm feeling really good about those parlays. Make sure you guys taking screenshots when we put them up there for you. Get those in now before the odds swing even higher. I mean, I could see Prates closing as a minus 1,000 favorite on Saturday morning. So make sure you get those in now. It's probably going to be the best value that you're going to see week. That does do it for the parlays. We appreciate you guys as always. If you aren't currently subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you never miss these amazing calls that we give you every single week. JP's hot as a pistol. I do all right. Just kidding. I'm locked in. I'm dialed in too, man. We've been doing good every single card. I mean, for the past 4 weeks, absolutely crushing it. You don't want to miss out on that. If you're tailing and you're hitting, let us know in the comment section. We would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Any fun stories that you have for us, make sure to let us know. We appreciate you. JP, I'll hand it over to you.
Another weekend. Another fight night. Vegas 100. Yeah, man. Road to 500 subs. Thank you, everybody who is subbed. If you aren't, hey, we're killing it out here. Join the Locked Door Locomotion. I'm telling you. All right, we ain't looking back. Only going forward, baby. What's coming up in the future? A little John Bones. I like to beat my wife Jones. Hey, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, all right? John Jones, Stipe. Some people don't like the card, I heard. I heard some people are kind of trashing the card a little bit, but should be a good one. Me and Brevin will probably have a little back and forth, as we always do when John Jones comes up. But
Yes.
only 2 more pay-per-views left for the year. What a year, Brevin. What a year it has been. Another weekend, another set of fights. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Peace.